Okay, and hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another live coding show of Code Up. I'm your host Marian, and on the other side is Cate. Cate, would you like to say hi? Hello everyone. So let's look at your issue earlier. Was it posted on Facebook, right? Okay. I'm not sure. Can you see my screen, by the way? Cool. Even better. Okay, Code Up group. I even made a picture, a quick picture in Photoshop, something like this. See? So let's see now. It's about this. Now, I'm not sure how I'll do it, but let's see if I have you. I have it over here, and repositories. And is this demo website one or? Okay, so this is the one. Let me quickly make a clone of it, and I'll open Git bash. Make it full screen and a bit bigger. cd/d/dev/d/cool stuff student, and let's see if I have it over here. No, you're not over here. So mkdir Cate and change into Cate. So now I'm into Cate. Okay, and I'll say git clone, or actually, yeah, just git clone. Let's leave it like that. Okay, and now cd demo website, code dot to open it in Visual Studio Code, and then in the background I'll run npm install to get those dependencies, and then get back to the picture. So what do you want to do over here? Let me grab my drawing tool in a second, because you already drew something there. But just want to make sure that we are on the same page. So you want to move as that. Is it black or? Yeah, it's black. It's not good. Let's try pink. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Let's see. And then you want this one to be over here, right? The way I see it. Yeah, you can say something. That's cool. That's cool. So if you fixed it anyway, let's quickly. Let me quickly just say how I would do it. Let's assume that the top one is over here, right? And those icons, I want to move them from here to here. I will do display flex on this one. So this one would have display flex, right? And then I would say justify like justify content space around content. Anyway, space around or space between, whichever works better for you. I think space between would be even better. And that will make those icons be pushed in here in this area. And then this demo website be pushed over here and create like a spacing. Did you do the same scenario or? Okay, let's have a quick look. Do you know where it is in here? So we can quickly. Yeah. That's cool. So about here, right? Okay. Now let's also see this one. and icons. Let me see where icons are used. Search, find in folder. So in layout PG. Okay, cool. Now let me quickly start the website. npm start. Hi. I just said hi on the chat. Okay, so this is how it looks like, right? But this one, do you want it to be on centered like this? Is this your intent? Okay, okay. So let's see. Now that's why I wanted to show you something. See? That demo website goes under them because you use position absolute. See? Goes beneath them. So it's a good approach for that particular, let's say, width. But as you go under 500 or 600 pixels, you see, and later on, let's assume you'll have more icons. Maybe you have like an Instagram and maybe a Snapchat or any other kind of icons. Because of that position absolute, this will sit underneath it, right? So do you want us to have a look into it and well, try another solution, or do you want to move to responsive web design? Okay, cool. Now let's also look at this one over here. Let's see what approach you've done. Okay, that's IMG, that's IMG. And did you also use position absolute, or I see you use position relative here, right? Cool. So I think we'll quickly do both of them. Refactor a bit the code. However, I won't commit the code. I'll help you out, but you'll have to do it again on your own project, right? So I won't make any commits. Not this time, at least. So let's start with it. And then we talk about responsive design. Cool? I'll put this to the bottom and split those screens. Can you see the text okay if I zoom out like that or not? That's okay, I'll wait. I've selected some text over here and just want to make sure that the quality is okay. Cool. Now, let's look at this one. If we are to remove this, what happens? So we go over there, and it's about that. Okay. So that's home. It's the entire. So inside it we have that demo website and then those icons. Okay. So now let's see. Do you want this demo website to be centered? Let me draw something because we need to. So let's assume that the icons are gonna fit in here, right? And the ideal way of doing the demo website would be for the remaining width for it to sit in the center, or if you want to choose like to sit in this center, which is not necessarily what I recommend, but let me know which variant do you want, the first one or the second one. Yeah. Okay. So that's choice 2, right? It's choice 2. You'll see it in a second on the screen. Maybe it's a bit laggy. Okay, so let's go with that. That's the thing. It's gonna be a bit tricky. Let me think a bit about it. V, where's V? Control Shift 2, maybe? Yeah, cool. So that's home. This is demo website, and those are the icons. And I'm going to do another one here. An empty one. And play a bit with it. I'm going to split it, then click the horizontal one, click on Explorer to go away, and now I got layout over here to quickly have a look into it. Okay, and something like that should be fine, right? And then layout over here. Okay, so we got that home. By the way, you don't need this div here in case you can remove it. By default is div. So you can put it or you can leave it out. It's exactly the same thing. If it's a span, you need a span here. Any other tag you need to put it, but for div you don't need to. Okay, so save that. And now for home, let's find home here. Okay, so home does have a position absolute, a padding, text align center, color, background, and top 0. Okay, so I'll do here display flex and see what happens. And then, okay, where are the icons? Okay, 60. Over here I'll say, I don't even know what the name is, flex order. I forgot the name of it. Very quickly Google, because that's what you do when you forget. Display flex order. Is it just order or does it have like a special? Order. It's just order, so okay, let's use order. Order, let's put 1, let's see what happens. Let's put 2. Well, it doesn't do anything. Because maybe it needs 0. Okay. Those are the icons. And this is that. Let's add a class here, demo. So now what I'm trying to do, because I can switch them around, that's easy. I can switch the icons to be on top of this, but I just wanted to play a bit with CSS. And also remind myself about CSS order demo, order 2. Apparently it doesn't work. What am I missing? So the box says display flex. And then order 2. Okay, order 3. Well, that's it. Something is wrong. What could be it? If not, I'll just switch them anyway, because that's another point. But let's play with it. Maybe I need to save it. Yeah, I think I didn't save this file because I saw a round circle, so maybe the change was not propagated. That's cool. And icons. I'll also cut those ones. Cut from here. And what did I do? Demo and icons. Okay, so I'm gonna look for home again. And paste them beneath over here, so it's easier for us to jump from one place to another. Okay, so far we set display flex over here, and we rearranged the icons, right? Order 1. Yeah, that's good. So this is first because it's like 0, 1, and whatever will be to be second and third and so on. You can change the order, but change the order without affecting this, just by doing it from CSS, right? So now keep that in mind for future use case scenarios. Okay, now I want the demo also to have a grow. So flex grow 1. Not sure if it will do it, but let's see what that did. So that's one. This is this. 3. Maybe we do a width on it. Width, let's do 100 pixels and make it bigger if you need it. Okay, let's see. And why is this one at the bottom here? Because home is here, demo is here. Any idea? Okay, it's about this padding. It's about this padding. I found it. It's home A. Home A. Yeah, this padding over here makes it like that. Yeah. Now we can play more with those icons because now they are like squashed. So okay. The icons are sitting inside icons, so we can say icons A tag. I want to select this A tag over here that starts with this, whatever follows, but starts with that. I don't care about Twitter or Facebook or Google Plus. I only care that it starts with that because I don't want to write it 3 times. I can do like this. A dot that, comma, and then Facebook, and then Google Plus, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to only write once, and to do that, I can say the A tag with the attribute class that starts with, I think it's this one, the caret sign. And then starts with that, and I want it to have a padding of 1 rem, and then we see what happens. And if you look into it, see, it selected it because otherwise we wouldn't get this over here. And it also selected this one, and it also selected that one, and the icons are sitting nicely over there. Now let's play a bit with some resizing and see what happens. So this one looks kind of centered, at least it looks okay, but not this. I want to resize it. Now if I resize it, it's not gonna go on top of those icons anymore. See? It's no longer going under the icons, which is better. So let's recap what we've done. For this big home div or whatever it is, we attached the display flex to it, and let me also select it. Give me a second to select it so we can see the CSS in here. Yeah, so you can see we have a display flex, right? We still kept the 100% width and height 60 pixels and some other styles, but we said, well, I want you to be display flex, right? Okay, and it's going away. Then, come on, let me draw something. For those icons over here, let me draw it yellow. For those icons, we set the width. For this, we set a width for it. And for the other one, which is a link, I think it's demo, right? Yeah, this one, the link with demo. Let me choose another color. So this demo, which is this one over here, you'll see, anyway, you'll see in about 10 to 20 seconds, you'll see the blue line also. So for that blue line, we said, well, grow to one, let's say, fraction. We said grow one, flex grow one, which means take the rest of the available space, kind of, right? And that's what happened. Now it's in a better state than position absolute. Can you see everything now? We also removed a padding of 2 rem and made a selector. In a second. Made a selector to select all the A tags that start with DW01. And that's how we styled those the icons to look a bit nicer. So let me know when you see the black lines so we can continue. Cool. I'll clear the screen now. Are you happy with the styling of the top? Cool. Now if we go for this image and that's okay, that's okay. So now we are moving for that image with that girl, and then by Brianna Sturgis. So we are moving to that. And I think it will be easy to wrap them in a post. Let's name it post, recent post header. In a second. Okay, let's find that image. Where is it? Okay, IMG. Okay, sure. You can feel free to send that screenshot until I figure out where I find the image. Okay, so while send that, I will take the image and span and wrap them inside a recent post header. Okay, too many dots. And now when I save it, nothing should change. However, I can now go and under the icons, I can say recent post header, display flex. Save it. Let's see if something happened. Yeah, something did happen. Did happen. Not happened. Now let's see if we have extra styles. Is this span? Come on, go up. Styles. You again have some styling over there. Okay, what's the name of it? It's a name. Okay. Yes?
What are you doing?
Come over here. So I'm helping Cate understand how to build a website for herself. She's building a website.
Oh, I can see a mosquito.
A mosquito? Can you catch it?
I can kill it with my hand.
Okay, but be careful, Marianne, okay? That's cool. So let's see now, name. Where's name?
That's a mosquito.
Name. Where is the name? Yes. He's passionate about computers as well. Okay, where can that name be? Maybe if I search it with a dot name?
No, I don't.
Okay, found it. Stylized CSS over here. Okay, so I'll actually cut this name from here. And now it should have no more styling. It should. And that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so home. Yeah, cool. Now if we are to hover over again, this should not have any more styling like the position relative, right? So now the styling has disappeared. However, we want to center this, let's see, if more like over here, like center to the image, right? So we know that both of them happen to be in the recent post header, right? So let's try justify content center. No, that did not help. It means it's align content center, align items, align items. Yeah, so now both of them are centered. However, we need some spacing. So we'll take that name and do padding 1 rem. And so far it looks good. I'll wait for you to confirm that you're happy with it. Yeah. And now if we hover over, you can see that whatever happens, it's let's say CSS will do the computing of figuring out if it's centered or not. So we no longer need to hard code it like -7 rem or -7 viewport width and so on. It's we no longer need to hard code it. We just say, well, whatever you have to do, keep it centered, like the other one. So let's see on Slack. Okay, cool. Now I will select the picture. We have that image over there, and there are multiple ways of doing it, of course. Now let's see. If we do width equals to, where are the quotes? So 100% is that. Now if we do less, width is 60%. That's bigger, even bigger. Okay, what about pixels? If we do, let's say 100 pixels. Okay, what about 50 pixels? Or 64? 64. Yeah, looks better. Now let me see if it has. I'll remove that border radius. Okay, so the image doesn't look squared. Let me think about it for a second. If you look at the image, it's not necessarily the best way to do it. This, unless you either edit the image and make it square, but the image itself is not squared. It's 155 pixels by 138 pixels. So the width and height are not equal. That's cool. So I'm gonna help you with another way through CSS, so you don't have to change the image. Now I need to add a class over here. So I'll do girl2. So it has girl2 class. Time to make this a bit bigger. You can see that it's on the same line. It's just that it wraps when I resize the editor with. So it has a class of girl2, and nice girl. Always write the alt tag. But even more than this, nice girl that smiles. It's a good practice to write your tags. Okay. So now we got that girl2 that we want to style, and let's see, recent post image. Recent post. Okay, I'll remove that border radius from over there because we no longer need it. And then let's see if we go into layout here and we say girl2. Okay, and let's see what we can say about her. So right now it looks like that, and I'll go back to proper splitting screen. and we give it back the border radius, but later on. For the moment, I want to say, actually, just a second, I don't want this to be an image anymore. I just want girl 2 to be there, right? And I will copy this path, right? So now we can remove the image tag and remove the rest of it and just leave that over there. So now the image should disappear. Yeah, no more image. So going back to this one, we want to have a background, but let's do border. We'll remove the border in a moment. Border 1 pixel, solid, red. Even 10 pixels works, doesn't matter. So when we save it, we see that there is like a square over there, and we say width 64 pixels, height 64 pixels, 64, come on, 64 pixels. Now you can see a square over there, right? If we do border radius 50%, we can see that that square now is like a circle. And we do background image, and we paste that URL. Okay, we can see the image over there. And now background size cover. Let's see if it works. Yeah. And now we remove that border, or actually, I don't know if we want to remove it. For the moment I remove it, let's see how it looks like. See? Now that square, or that, let's call it a circle or an oval, it's definitely a circle now, that's the thing, right? Because background size cover is going to, again, with CSS, it's gonna figure out the proportions and what background size cover means. It's gonna make the image, it's gonna resize it to fill the entire box that it sits in. So our box is 64 pixels wide and 64 pixels height. Now it's CSS's job, it's the job of CSS to figure out how much it needs to resize the image so it fits the entire box, right? Because if we comment this radius, you're gonna see that it's a perfect square, see? So I don't have to do anything else. CSS will do it. Now back to that border, we can leave it like that. However, I suggest to play a bit with some colors, like let's take white for a second. Yeah. Yeah, so for the moment I just put a 2 pixels border over, and if you can look at it with or without, you can see that it might be, it creates some contrast between that image and the background. Now it's your choice if you keep it or not. I'll leave it there as commented, and you can choose to use it or not. That's your choice. Yeah, so we got that nice image there, we got the name next to it. What about, let's just play with one more thing and then we'll see. So background color, and I'll do RGBA. That stands for red, green, blue, alpha. Alpha means if it's totally transparent or fully opaque. So I'll start with a black, and it's easy to get those numbers from Photoshop or on the web. 000 means black, and if I add 1, it means 100% 1. Now you see that over there, right? Let's also do a padding of let's do one rem to start with. Okay, so you can see how it looks like, right? And display flex. What about inline flex? Yeah, even better. So that's not my final version. Now I was saying that this is 100%, and if you say 0, it's totally transparent. It's like it's not even there, right? Now 50% would be 0.5, 20% 0.2, and so on. So now we got that there. But if you look now at what happened, and I suggest to play and maybe do the same for this one or whatever you're gonna do, it's way easier to read the text by Brianna Sturgis. If I remove that background, see, some people might have some trouble reading it. I'm not saying you, I'm saying the ones that have, let's say, problems visually. It's not easy for them to distinguish the text and easy to read with that background. However, when you add a bit of contrast, that text is definitely easier not to read. So again, I'll leave this on here and you decide if you take it out or not. However, you can also ask your father, because he's older, right? So you can ask your father, like, how easy can you read the text with, and then how easy can you read the text without? Which one do you think it's easier for you to? Because if you look at his eyes and you see him pinching his eyes, like focusing, that's not good. So if you can just look at the text and read it, then it's okay. If you see him like focusing, what's that? Or maybe, I don't know if he wears glasses or not, but if you see him, if he wears glasses and you see him putting his glasses on, then it's not good, right? So it's a perfect scenario. Ask somebody that has a bit of trouble seeing, trying to read the text with the background and without the background. Cool. Come again, could you repeat that? No, I was suggesting for you to do that. So I did it for this, and you could do it for the rest, and play around and see what works best. But if I do it for myself, for my website, I always create contrast. I want them to easily read the information. I don't want people to struggle. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to send a message, not to teach them, not to create pain, right? So. See, even now it's easier to read because I selected it and I have a background. It's easier to read than without it, right? Cool. Any more questions? Oh yeah, responsive design. So have you finished or have you done the quick blog project? Not yet. Well, you should do it because you have responsive design there presented. I can run quickly through that quick blog. Let's see, quickblog.bitb.uk. This should be the final version. Come on, yeah. So this is like the desktop side. It's a concept anyway. It's not meant to be final or anything else. So you can see the menu being here, and then a footer over here, and then a wait for you to get up. And it also starts with like an information. Why did you came on this page? Well, some other pages has a different thing. Okay, this is about quick blog and some slogan or some message that I want to send. And if I'm happy, I can just either click there and it jumps to the content, or I can just scroll down. It's the same thing. Now, if I'm to resize this one, not resize, because people don't resize websites for fun. I'm just saying, like, to resize it to get to a screen size that would be a tablet. Okay. You can see that now. See, there is no menu on this side over here. See, let me draw. There's no menu over here. See? But when I start to resize and it gets to a tablet resolution, a menu pops over here. Now I can see it, right? Yeah. So go Shift 2. Yeah. Now I have that menu over there where I can click. You can see that on the right side, the previous menu is no longer there, right? and the previous menu that was on the right side has moved at the bottom. So this one previously used to be on the bottom, right? And now if I continue resizing it, and I resize it, and at some point it becomes, let's say, mobile size, then it's one on top of the other, and it feels like that, see? And this one you can click and you can jump directly to this menu. So you have here everything related to responsive web design, and not just responsive web design, a better approach of it is called mobile first, where you start to develop for this screen that you're seeing right now. So you start developing for mobile first, then you add some more rules to make it behave for a tablet, and then you add some more rules and make it behave for a desktop. And let's let me just show you where you can find it. I think I have it on this one or on this one. It might be on both places. Let me just quickly figure it out. Any quick look here. Meet code tab. Sorry. Code tab blog. That's not blog. Quick blog. It might be here as well. Okay, so if we go into SRC, we need to component and we look at, I don't know, maybe article or menu. Okay, so now we can see that we have this menu CSS over here. I'll open it in a new tab and split them. Come on, split it. Okay, so this one says import mobile, import tablet, and import desktop, right? So it's like, instead of having only one file, I separate it into multiple files, right? Now, if I'm going to open the mobile one, which is the very first one that I'm doing, right? Because we said mobile first. Well, I started to style that menu and the menu panel and the menu title and whatever else. I started to style them in here. And this is enough to make the styles look nice on the mobile, right? Now, if I am to go on the tablet, you'll see something. I'm saying media screen, minimum width, whatever, this one, right? Which says when you're bigger or equal to 768 pixels, which is usually a tablet size, I just want you, this is commented, so don't worry about it. I just left it there. I should have cleaned it up, but the only thing that changes is this. So see, when you say mobile first, you add as many styles as you need to initially make it work, and then just add a bit to change it from mobile to tablet, right? Now, if I'm going to open the desktop one, again, because it's cleaned up, not like commented code, I said, well, when your width is even bigger, it's like 1280 pixels. It means you're more or less on a desktop size. You have a bigger screen in front of you. It's maybe a laptop or a screen for a desktop and so on. Maybe it's a TV. So I want to change the menu list to have flex grow 0. And basically this is all I've done to make it desktop size. I started with mobile, and mobile should have a lot of code. Then tablet just has a bit of code to make it behave on a tablet, and desktop has a bit of code to make it behave on a desktop. So now let's quickly look at maybe footer. Now this one only has one, because maybe it's quite simple. Okay. Footer is at the bottom, so it shouldn't have too much. And look at the menu. Welcome. Doesn't have any style. What about article? Well, I think that's it in this scenario. So footer doesn't have it. Layout. Oh, layout has something. So it has like desktop, mobile, and CSS. It's again import me everything. I separated into. If we look into mobile, well, it has lots of things over here. Then this is commented, but it only has the necessary to make it you know, the things that jump from left side to the center or to the bottom and so on. So that's how it starts. Mobile first. It will be fun. No, the issue is that you write less code and help the browser process the CSS and the website faster if you do mobile first, and I'm going to explain to you in a second why. So the other way is desktop first, which is okay. You can still style. That's how things actually started, but until we figured out that mobile is actually better. Mobile first is better. So basically, desktops usually are powerful, more powerful than a smartphone, or maybe than a general smartphone or a phone or a tablet. Desktops are more powerful. So then by default, we think about developing for desktop, and because they are powerful, we just dump things in there, right? A lot of code, a lot of nice things maybe to show and so on. So now when you want to make it behave for a tablet, because you have less space and so on, you start taking out. Taking out doesn't mean you actually go there in the CSS, put your hand in and take out some code. It means you negate that code. So negating that code means maybe the quickest example is to just say display none for something, and it will no longer be shown. Or now if you have a padding of 2 rem somewhere, maybe 2 rem is too big for a tablet, and then you overwrite it with padding 1 rem, right? So something smaller. And that goes for colors and paddings and margins and whatever. So you start to overwrite code just to make it behave on a tablet, right? And then on the mobile, again, you start overwriting more code. So now, until something else happens later on, mobiles in general, not the very top ones, mobiles in general are not as fast as desktops or laptops, right? So you're saying to a mobile, well, render me something like on the desktop and then take that out. So you're dumping a lot of code on it and then you're negating it, right? And it's more or less an example to me is like you go to buy groceries, like you want to buy some tomatoes and some bread, but you don't go by bike or by car, you take a truck. So you take a truck to the groceries only to buy tomatoes and bread, which is, it's okay, it can be done, but it's not efficient, right? You can take a bike and buy groceries or whatever. So that's kind of the thing. You build for the smallest first, and just give it enough that it needs. So not because it's different, but if you give it enough, you don't have to give it more. You just give it enough to render the content, and then add a bit on top of that for tablet and for desktop, and everything gets what it needs. It's no longer lots of bottlenecks and headaches and things going wrong. It's easier to develop like that. So for the user and for yourself as well. There are two ways, mobile first and desktop first. Or maybe there are other ways, but I only know about those ones. And definitely it changed the way I code when I switched to mobile first. And I'm no longer that stressed. So yeah, that's about it. Try to understand the concept, play a bit with it, but always develop mobile first. Anyway, mobiles are the future. Yeah, any more questions? Yeah. Yeah. Read more button. Is it on the website? Yeah. Yeah, this one. This one, read more. Yeah. Okay, so we got read more button. If we go up, got this fly over here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so it's going almost all the way. So it's moving a bit and also changing color, right? So let's have a quick look at what we've done so far. Not here, so let's see where it is. Okay, finding folder. It's in style here. Okay, so you got our resize also Windows a bit. Come on. Okay, so even more. Okay, even more. So you got this linear gradient, right? And what you want to do is do it for the hover effect, right? When you hover over it. What's that? Ah, that's a nice lady. Michael Kors. Ah, I think this is for mommy. It says mommy, says Graziella.
Mommy, this is fake Graziella. Mommy, this is
So this is hover effect. What that ampersand does is, this being sus, right? It just says, well, it's like doing this. Just grab whatever is on top and says, well, so I don't have to write it again, right? So this says, write me again, whatever is on top. This is whatever is on top. Okay, so on a hover, we want this background to change. So I just copied right there for the moment, and nothing happens, right? Because it's exactly the same thing. However, I'm going to take this color and put it over here. Okay, so now see it changed to there when I hover over. However, it just does it like that. It's like a I don't find the English word now, but it's a sudden change, right? It's from that to that. Let's quickly add a small transition. So here, say transition, and add it. I add it to 1 second, but then I'll make it smaller. I add it to 1 second so you can see what happens, right? Now when I say transition 1 second, and I go over here and I hover over, well, it doesn't do anything. It should do something. Background image, linear gradient. It doesn't do it. Did you get the transition? I mean, I was asking the CSS. I was talking to the CSS. Did you get the transition, mister? Yeah, it says transition 1 second. Because I want to animate that. Inline block. 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. No, it just doesn't do it. It just jumps. Well, I can Google it, or you can also Google it, but it should do a nice transition. Let me try something quickly, and if it works, we can confirm maybe linear gradient has problems or not. I'll duplicate this line, and I would say background just this color, and then again I'll duplicate this line because I want to have a copy of that line. That's the only reason I duplicate it. In case I want to go back, for me to be easy, just uncomment it, right? Now, okay, so background image has some problems. As you can see, when I go over here, just like that, it has a transition over there. Yeah. So if we do 0.2 seconds, or 0.4 seconds, it's even better. There's a nice transition over there. Definitely we can also style the other one, but it's gonna take longer to have a workaround. I can talk to you about how that can be done, but I'm not sure if I will do that now. So basically right now we confirm that if we change from one background to another one, not background image and linear gradient, from just background color to another background color, you can add a transition and it goes smoothly like that, right? Now I'm gonna explain to you a workaround unless I Google and see if somebody else solved this problem. Let me start drawing on the screen. So we have this button. Let me draw bigger, a thicker line. You have this button. This is your button, right? and it has this gradient from blue to like pink. This is the gradient, right? So for me to do a workaround that's in my head right now, I would create a bigger, so this one is the one that you can see, the one with pink, right? I would create a bigger one behind it, like that. However, with I set the size for this one, for the pink one, I set the size to be whatever, let's say 100 pixels, and the height to be, I don't know, 40 pixels, right? And I say overflow hidden, which means whatever is not inside the box is not going to be visible. It's like this part over here and this part over here is going to be, it's not going to be visible if I say overflow hidden. Whatever flows outside of the box, top, bottom, left, right, is not going to be visible. At the same time, the pink one, I'll say position relative, right? And for the black one, I will say position absolute. And I think I will also say top 0 and left 0 for this one, the black one. Or actually whatever left is this one, because it might be left minus 50 pixels or... So I play with the position, and now when I hover over, what I'm gonna do is shift this black thing like that. Right? So when I shift it like that, the blue is gonna be more like that, and the pink is gonna be more like that. See? So now the pink kind of occupies the entire thing, see, because it's from here to here, right? And the blue is more like hidden like that. So it can be done, definitely. However, I would like you to give a go to it, see if you can figure it out, because I've seen that you played with position absolute and position relative. So maybe it gives you a better understanding about them. And once you understand position absolute, fixed, and relative, you're no longer a beginner at CSS. You're already medium or advanced. If you know how to play with them and master them, that's gonna make your life a lot easier, and also the other CSS properties and so on. But basically, this is how I do. I have a button and a background beneath it, and I shift the background left and right based on the hover of the initial one. And I hide whatever it's shifting to the left or to the right. Because I would like CSS to do that for me, but apparently it wasn't happy to animate background image linear gradient for whatever reason. Second solution would be also to Google to see maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe there is a CSS trick to make it animate so I don't have to do whatever I just explained about. Yeah. So maybe like that, or play with the width. Yeah, there are multiple ways of doing it, not the direct way. The direct way would be to just say transition. However, you can animate, it's animated from one to another. Go with this one, you have at least one trace that is working, and then play around with whatever I explained. Add a background that's beneath the original button, and play with position relative and position absolute, and then animate the left property from left, let's say minus 50 pixels to left minus 100 pixels, something like that. Anyway, get the point. Play with it and see if you can make it work. Otherwise, maybe we have another live just for this one, for a quick CSS animation button. Yeah, any other questions? You're welcome. Now we have channel 1234 channel. The layout is great. Everyone, well done. Well, Chan is saying well done for you. The layout looks great. Thank you, Chan. Welcome to our live coding show. I'll give 1 minute countdown for anybody to ask any more questions. If you want, you can stay on the call, or you can drop off. It's your choice. 1 minute timer. Yep. Yep. Well, that's the thing, because I can't commit. I don't want to commit. I don't have. First, you need to give me access to your project, but I don't want to do that, because I want you to redo it with your own hands so you can see and master them. And if I am to commit in the future, I want to do it with whatever we talked earlier, the Git flow way. So the one where I create a branch, I do a pull request, and so on. Okay? Because that's nice. That's better for you to learn. Anyway. So let me continue this timer. And if you guys, whoever is watching, has any questions to ask, feel free to ask them over now. Right now. Otherwise, I will close this live show and see you maybe later or soon. I don't know. We'll see. There's another student coming later, the one from last night, Robert, but that will be during the night. So let's see. I don't see any questions. 30 seconds left. Yeah. Well, everybody Googles, and not just Google, any kind of, let's say, search engine, any kind of way you can find things out. It's part of your job. So as a web developer, to have, as a junior, not as a web developer, as a junior web developer, having some knowledge and understanding how the web works, it's enough. You don't need to know everything. However, it's ideal for you to know how to Google, to know how to ask in forums or in some, let's say, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, know how to find your way around. Stack Overflow, there are so many. So it's better for you to understand how it works and how to find your way around than waiting to know everything. That's how it works. Nobody expects you as a junior to know everything, but the basics should be enough. Cool. You're welcome. 20 more seconds. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. You're only 12. You have so much time. You have so much time. So I see that no questions on the channel, which means thank you guys and girls for... Hey, stop. Don't deal in my ear. Thank you guys and girls for watching. You've been amazing. And as always, happy hacking.